I really hope you can join us on this special training. What we're going to do is go through the 3 phases that you need to go through to become a successful property developer. So if we just kind of look at this roadmap here, which is what we use, we have the find it phase, which is essentially finding land. Then we have the second stage, which is the plan it stage, and then the third stage, which is the actual build itself. Within that, there are 3 different segments. So detect is about finding land, about finding that off-market land, and basically contacting the landowner. And then the second thing is checking out its viability, establishing what all the costs are, and coming out with the figure that you value the land at, as opposed to when you go to an estate agent and they give you a valuation, or a surveyor. You come up with your own valuation, which is going to allow you to profitably even develop that site. And then finally negotiate the deal, tie it all down legally, and then move on to the next stage where you're going to apply for planning, because most of this land is not necessarily going to have planning permission on it, and that allows you a further uplift in the land value. So there's a profit center. With the build cost, we expect a 25% of gross development value. In other words, what the total development is going to sell out for even, and you make a 25% profit on that. But also you should be making a profit on the land value as well. So we'll talk about that, and then planning, getting all your contractors lined up, your materials, your plant, and then finally, how do you fund it? Particularly if you've got very, very limited or zero funds, how do you actually fund that development? Because that's something that definitely shouldn't hold you back. And then finally, you get into the build itself, and that's talking about, we talk about how you mobilize your site, all the things that you have to do to comply with health and safety, and then we move on to the physical foundations. Then from there we're talking about actually constructing the superstructure of each of the houses, and then finally finishing off, gaining your completion certificates, and finally selling it, or renting it out, depending on what your exit strategy is. So we're going to cover a lot of that in this course, or at least this webinar, should I say. And it's based on the 3-day event that we actually hold. And we also have a 1-day event as well. Anyway, I'd like to just pass you over to Owen, who today put up a post on Facebook, totally unsolicited, on his views, because he's been through the entire process.
Hi guys, for those that know me quite well, you know I don't really post much on social media at all. But I wanted to create this video just to give you guys a little update on what I've been doing for the last 18 months. So I went on a course with my mentor Jim Davidson, and essentially he's taught me how to find off-market land, which is land that's not for sale. So you haven't got the competition of other investors, you haven't got the stages to do with either. And it's just you create the deal basically from nothing. So you find the land, and Jim teaches you how to find it off-market, go and get planning permission, all the legal stuff as well, how to fund the developments, how to find the finance from investors, and then obviously doing the actual build, and obviously making a good profit out of the build you're doing. So if you guys are interested in this sort of thing, I say for me it's absolutely changing my life and the life of my family. The future is going to places that I never thought I would actually reach, especially just doing my day job. So you know, if you guys are feeling the same, and you know you want to get to places, don't feel you're stuck in a rut, then I would honestly have a look at the link in the description below, and you know, click on it. And this is an experience that anyone can do. You know, I never knew how to build a house or find land, or how to value the land, or how much it costs to build a house. So all these things I've been taught, and you know, and now it's really starting to pay off. You know, on one site now, this is my second site. I'm looking to put a nice big 3-bed house here. I'm surrounded by the Mendip Hills. It's an incredible location, so things I wouldn't be able to do unless I invested in myself. By the way, I'm not getting paid to do this advert here. It's not really an advert, it's just my 2 pence for the experience I've had with the course and where it's taken me. And I'm hoping that you guys will join in.
So hopefully from what you've heard Owen say, it's given you some encouragement to click on that button below and join us on this webinar. It'll be about an hour and a half. We'll have plenty of time for questions, get all your questions answered, and allow you to discover what it's really like to become a property developer. I look forward to seeing you on the webinar. Take care.